And welcome to part 2. Sorry for the spike in volume. Okay, so as we left off, I, charged my health. So then he uses Leaf Braid and kills my poor Cradilly. But Nationwide will live on. And he gets a crit. But it's kind of useless, so I don't really care. Either way, Cradilly would have died. So I send out High Five again, because High Five likes to give high fives, and he predicted me, first the stones jab into me, so he predicted my High Five and goes into to the max, this giant Flygon, and my little High Five's like, High Five, and this thing's awesome, because it didn't flinch from my High Five, which is pretty epic, and because of that, High Five's like, yes, and then he does over half, so I'm thinking, okay, pretty good, but then the giant thing uses Outrage. This giant dragon thing lifts up my poor defenseless monkey and starts senselessly beating it up. And then he dies. But High Five lives on inside of all of us. Maybe it's just me. So then he dies, which kind of stinks. So I send out the epic Miltank, the Utter Avenger. The milk to the shake, whatever you want to call it. It's a Miltank. Ooh, that was a rhyme. So then he uses Outrage, and okay. That's not good, but my Miltank is a physical wall, so I'm pretty good. So I use Milk Drink, because I'm drinking up my milk, because I get free Oreos, and free Oreos, give you a lot of health. So I get, my health back in the 300, so I'm pretty happy. So he's probably pissed over there, because my Miltank's just annoying. So then he uses Outrage, and for once I actually attack. Wow. So my Miltank gets senselessly beat up, but this time he pushes him away and is like, no, Miltank body slam. So then he just pounds it onto the dude to the max. And this thing's such a beast that can live like a 300-pound cow pouncing on it. But it does get confused. So actually at that point, I flipped a coin. Should I attack or should I heal? And you'll see what happens. So he's confused. And if he attacks, I'm dead. But he hurts himself. He goes suicidal and kills himself. But that thing's pretty much a beast. So I flipped the coin and I got heal myself, which is great. But to him, he's probably really pissed off because the entire reason to the max came out was to hurt him, and now it's gone. I really are back to having only 9 damage taken. So he sends out his Arcanine. I'm like, oh god, this is going to do a lot. So he uses Fire Fang. And it doesn't do a lot. I thought it wouldn't hit KO me, because this Miltank doesn't have thick fat. It has Scrappy. So I use Earthquake, which really confused me, because how? How? So anyway, maybe it's just Miltank's a beast like that, which Miltank is. So now I use Earthquake. It looks like it's a 2-hit KO. I'm thinking he's not going to switch out. So I use Earthquake. And of course, he swaps out. And he goes to Geico the Gecko. So, yeah. I use Earthquake, which isn't going to do a lot. It does I have to see the damage, though, because I'm not... Okay, it does a decent... No, that does a good chunk. I'm going to say that does a good chunk for not being effective. Super effective. So Geico uses Substitute, and I'm like, no, we're not doing this again. I'm not letting you become focused. So I just, body slam. Well, then he gets his Lychee Berry, whatever you want to call it. He gets his attack. So then I just body slam, crushing the little Geico. And then his, Substitute implodes because of Miltank's awesomeness. And then Geico. So I calculated it in my head, and I even used Smogon after. This isn't gonna kill me. I'm thinking, okay, I can survive one Leaf Braid. Then my Miltank can body slam and take it out. So it's dropping. I'm like, okay, this is doing a lot more than I expected. No. He gets a crit. But I don't really care because Miltank it didn't really matter that much. So I sent out Miss Petal. And I used the hidden power, I think, fire or flying. I'm not sure. I think it's fire because I used it on, a Badoo. And this thing's credit goes to What's the Issue because he made it for me. So, thanks, man. He's an amazing guy. Sub him below. He deserves way more subscribers. This man is amazing. He, is His videos are really good quality. Narration is really good. Tons better than this. So all my subscribers, go sub to him because he's an amazing guy. And so to Grovyle, because Grovyle is just amazing. He's a really nice guy. Helped me along with getting here. So anyway, on to the battle. He sends out Arcanine. And this is a key moment. This is an epic prediction. I'm predicting a Fire Fang, a Fire Blitz, or an Overheat. So I send out my Arcanine. Yes, it's shiny. This is a Morning Glory Arcanine, so it has Flash Fire. Well, first the stones jab into me. Then he uses Fire Fang. I am so happy right now. Right now we're at a speed tie because we're both Morning Glory. So we both use Extreme Speed and I win the speed tie, which is kind of bad for him. But hey, what are you going to do? So then Arcanine dies. If I didn't win the speed tie, he would have won the game. So I'm pretty happy. So then I take Life Orb damage because it's a Life Orb. It's like exploding inside of you. So then he sends out TMNT, which is pretty cool. So I'm thinking Suicide Run. I just use Flare Blitz. I'm expecting this to do nothing to him because I don't know. So I'm thinking this thing's like defensively or special. I'm hoping for like special, and oh my, this did so much more than I expected. I am so happy for that. And of course, I'm going to take like a crap load of recoil. So then I get hurt like a lot. I take recoil, then I take double recoil. So then he just shoots like a hydro of pumping water at me, and I basically die. Because he didn't have a chance. It's okay, Arcanine, we all love you. Except for Grovyle, he's kind of pissed at you. So then he just dies, and to end this battle, this is basically when the battle ends. There's not really that much more. He sends out Miss Petals, and I'm like, okay, it's over. Unless if he like does Ice Beam, I'm screwed. But I go first, so I'll never know. Grovyle, post in the comments below what you were doing. And that's about it. That's the battle. Well, good game, grovylePWNs. Thanks for being my first ever person to battle here on YouTube. And to post it. Well, you're a great man. Sorry I couldn't make this perfect quality, but I didn't have an SD card at the time. Great man. Sub to him. Sub to What's the Issue. Sub to Battle Penguin. Sub to them all. Go sub crazy. And why did that just pop up? Well, thanks for watching. Bye.